Flip it. I guess
So true. That's
associate
what we're
everything
going to
with
call
food.
it. That's
Yeah.
what we're going to call it. Yes. Catch it, flip it. You will project it, whether it's positive or negative. People will sense it in you and it will have effects. That's number one. Number two, gut, your intuition. Sean said he lives a lot of his life paying attention to his gut. Don't we all? But actually, we don't. We listen to our gut in terms of our stomach when we want to eat, but we don't listen to our gut. And you know, it's fascinating because one of the myths, in my view, of the modern world is that everything in life can be reduced to reason and logic and data and cross-checking and studies and etc. I mean, you hear all the time, you know, in conversation where you'll be discussing a social phenomenon and people will go, what's the data on that? You know, give me a study. And it's like, okay, not everything can be reduced to data or a study, but we've been fed this stuff in the modern world that you shouldn't trust your gut. You shouldn't trust your intuition. You should weigh all things, you know, equally and do this kind of research analysis to make decisions. And I'm all for reason. I'm all for logic. I'm all for being, you know, even handed and not succumbing to your emotions or these maybe passing feelings. But your gut is different than your emotions. The way that I define your gut is that part of you that has all of the accumulated wisdom of your life. And your gut kind of your gut has all of that accumulated wisdom. And over time, there are things that people notice, or there are things that you go through, and maybe it doesn't always have an effect on you. You don't even realize that you're noticing it. Maybe it's the way that someone said something. Maybe it was the way that a situation made you feel. Maybe it was a small mistake that you made that you don't even remember to this day. But I really believe that almost every encounter, every kind of everything in life that we do gets filed away somewhere. And I think a lot of that is your gut. And when you hear or when you feel your gut is essentially telling you something based on all of those little moments, based on all of that accumulated wisdom that your brain would take longer to tell you, or your brain would have a more laborious process to get you to that place. I mean, think about the role of the subconscious in our lives. Look at dreams. If there's one thing that I've learned from therapy, it is that your dreams reveal an awful lot about what you're thinking about, what you're feeling, the things that make an impression on you. I mean, I used to go to therapy sometimes and I would come in and I had a really strange dream the night before and I would think, that doesn't have anything to do with my life. It's just a very bizarre dream. And I would sit and I would tell my therapist it, and my therapist would totally make it make sense. They go, well, that represents this person and this represents that feeling. And I go, oh my God, you're right. You're totally right. I didn't even realize that that bothered me, or I didn't realize that that was having such a big effect on me. So much of life, we think we understand everything about the way the brain works and the body works and the way that we process information. There is so much of it that's left to mystery. The dreams indicate that. And I think your gut indicates that too. But we in the modern world have been trained to not trust our gut. And that's a mistake. That's a real mistake, I think. And that doesn't mean that all the time you are thinking about your gut, but it's something that we have to hone in on. And so you ask, well, how do you do that, right? I remember when Nancy Collier was on the show, she said, you need to trust your gut sometimes and your intuition. And I'm like, I don't have a gut. I don't know what that means because we've been taught to not trust it. But one of the things this wise person who is the source of this, all of this wisdom that I'm regaling to you, he told it to me and I've kind of built on it in my head. But one of the things that this person advised me to do is to, quote, test the system a little bit. And this is what he meant by that. Because I said, I don't have a gut. I don't know what does that mean, a gut? And he said, just in everyday life, kind of approach things with a serenity and just leave it leave certain encounters or certain decisions open to your gut. And let me give you a quick example before we wrap this up, because I know this is a lot to throw at you, and we will be continuing to discuss it. Let me give you a quick example of how I've been testing the system. And this is the smallest, most stupid example. You're going to laugh, but it's been working. My 5 dear producers in the control room don't understand this, but those of you who are women in the chat will understand this. Dressing sometimes as a woman can cause stress. And frankly, dressing for a show can also cause stress, because I often think, oh my gosh, did I wear that last week? If I'm talking about something serious, should I be showing that much skin? Does this top fit me well? Is, something going to show? Whatever. And so often before this program, I'll look at my closet and I'll be like, oh my gosh, what the heck am I going to wear? And I'll fret about it because I want to present myself in a good way. I don't want to repeat too many outfits. Again, stupid example. But recently what I've been trying to do is I'll go into my closet and I'll kind of look at all the options. And again, approaching it with a serenity, testing the system in a small way, look at all the different clothes, and I'll kind of go, okay. I'll go about my day. I'll read my newspapers. I'll get my coffee, read my Renaissance book, etc. Then I'll go back in my closet, and I swear to God, over the last week, my gut has told me what to wear. I swear to God, you're going to think it's mumbo jumbo, hippie, energy, incense, kumbaya stuff. But you have to start with kind of stupid things, just even like looking at a menu, just of what to order. Sometimes people go, oh my God, what do I order? Blah, blah, blah. Just look at it, kind of have this calm, and work on that gut. Work on hearing it, feeling it in the small examples, and then it will build in the bigger examples.
So today you went into the closet and your gut said, sun's out, guns out, right? Guys usually go to the closet and they go,
oh,
yeah,
I know.
I'm good.
I know.